Man, I have been watching anime for quite some time now, like a really long time now. I think this was one of my introductions to anime, and I didn't even really know what it was. Like, I was just watching Ronin Warriors, just enjoying the story, enjoying the characters. Samurai Pizza Cats was probably another one. I honestly couldn't tell you anything that happened in this show or really remember it, but I do remember watching it. I remember watching quite a few episodes of this show. Like so many others, this right here, this one right here is what kicked it into gear for me. Seeing Dragon Ball Z, seeing that first episode of Dragon Ball Z, the first thing I saw of Dragon Ball Z ever was the Raditz Saga. And that just kicked it into high gear for me. It got things going. And I was like, all right, I'm in it now. We're in it. I don't think I was deep into it because I was just really focused on Dragon Ball Z. But I was in it. Yu-Gi-Oh was another one that kind of really got me into it. I really enjoyed Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm not going to say I was the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh fan. These were kind of part of my anime journey. Zatch Bell was even a part of my saga. Stuff like Zatch Bell and Pokemon and Digimon and Beyblade. I watched that stuff. It was a part of my anime journey. And then I started to get into my Toonami, Adult Swim anime bag. I was getting deeper into it. I'm not gonna say I was all the way in, I wasn't all the way invested, but I was deeper into it. I was watching stuff like Inuyasha. There was stuff like bigO. There was Gundam every once in a while. There was Samurai Champloo. Just a lot of stuff. I was watching a lot of stuff. I feel like I was into it. I don't think I was invested, but I was into it. And then came Bleach and Naruto. And I feel like this was when I like really got invested into the anime culture and I was like all in. And I think part of the Bleach and Naruto aspect of it that really got me into it was the AMV. AMV, I believe it's some people say it's animated music video, anime music video. It depends, but that's what I think really got me into it. I was all into the AMVs. Like I was hype watching AMVs. They would even get me hyped, go back and watch the anime again to watch different anime, to watch anime I'd never seen before. Like I remember so many AMVs. Like I remember some had where Naruto was raging and they were doing the first Naruto fight, his first real fight, first real mission. There was one that I watched for the Naruto versus Sasuke fight, their first fight. It was to, I believe the band is called Bond, and the song was called Explosive or something like that. I watched that AMV so many times, and it had me so hyped about this fight. It had me so into this fight. I was invested in these things because of these AMVs. AMVs were really a big part of my version of anime culture, and they also introduced me to a lot of songs. They put me on a lot of songs that I remember, and I went back to them, and just a lot of different music. I remember hearing paparoach in certain AMVs, and be like, all right, I got to go back and listen to it. This song is one of the ones I remember being introduced to 3 Days Grace based off AMVs. I got hip to Shinedown Devour off of the Ichigo versus Grimmjow when he did his resurrection. That's how I got hip to that. So AMVs were a huge part of my anime culture. I kind of noticed that they had kind of fallen off. I think they're kind of coming back, sort of, more so through TikTok and through edits. So they're not AMVs in a sense, but they kind of are. But I don't know, do they still make good AMVs like they used to? And it really is clearly a part of the culture because in Jujutsu Kaisen, they did basically like almost a mini AMV, a mini edit with their blackflash scene. And I thought that scene was just like, that scene was hyped to me. That was an amazing scene. The way it was edited, the way it was cut, that part right there, that was like for you guys that watch AMVs, this is for you. We're doing this one for you. So I feel like Mappa did their thing with this one. I feel like it's a part of the culture. I think more animes should do stuff like that. And maybe I'm missing out on a lot of the animes that are. If you've seen like a great version of an AMV or an edit in an anime, what is it? What have you seen? I would like to see more because I used to love watching these things. I think they're still a good part of the culture. But yeah, what do you think?